Hello, good morning, one and all. This is again your Virat Kumar, lecturer in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from the Institute of Government Polytechnic Vaddipalli, and with the same semester of 4, with the subject AC Machines and 18E 403C of the code. And as usually, from the yesterday's topic of alternator, and the subtopic for today is cording and distribution factors. So we have some factors involved in the alternators like cording and distribution factors. So what are these factors? So we'll be going to see in this session. Costing and distribution factors. So a small recap of yesterday's class. But in the previous class we have discussed about the advantages of stationary armature, the parts of alternator along with materials, and also the relation between speed and frequency. And I hope you all have watched the video which I have shared in YouTube. If you have any doubts, you can just comment in the comment box. So moving on to the next slide, and we also seen the parts of alternator with materials used already. It is involved over here, and today's objectives are: on completion of this period you will be able to understand cording factor or pitch factor, distribution or breadth factor, or winding factor or spread factor. Cording factor is also called as pitch factor, and this distribution factor is also called as breadth factor or winding factor or spread factor. So what is actually pitch factor or cording factor? Firstly, we'll see pitch factor or cording factor. Pitch factor or cording factor. Here you can see the diagram of 8. Actually, this pitch factor and cording factor involves in the winding of the armature. So if you just observe the diagram of here, the number of conductors, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on to 24. Then 1 is to 7, then 7 is to 1, and so on. So this 1 to 7, that will be the full pitch, that is 5 by 6 pitch or pole pitch. Now you can see here, consider a winding of a 4 pole 24 slots stator machine. He is telling us consider a winding of a 4 pole 24 slots stator machine. Now here the pole pitch will be is equals to number of slots by number of poles. So that will be 24 by 4 gets 6. That will be the pole pitch. For maximum voltage, coil should be full pitched. For maximum voltage, the coils should be full pitched actually. In the continuation, If one side of the coil is in slot number 1, if one side of the coil is in slot number 1, the other should be in slot number 7, then that will be the maximum full pitched. I said in the previous that if one side of the coil is in slot number 1 and the other should be in slot number 7, then only that will be called as a full pitch. Then it is, see, then it is full pitched, that is equal to 180 degrees electrical apart. That means both these are 180 degrees electrical apart, then only it is called full pitch. If the coil sides are placed in slot 1 and 6, then it is called short pitched or fractional pitched. So you can see here, if it is from 1 to 7, then it is called full pitched, or if the coil sides are placed in slot number 1 and then to 6, if, that's why we just mentioned in a dotted line over here, if it is placed in this way 1 to 6, then it is called short pitched or fractional pitched. So we can understand that if it is from 1 to 7, then it's called full pitched, and if it is from 1 to 6, then it is called short pitched or fractional pitched. So we have understood what is a full pitched and what is a short pitched. And now in the continuation, that advantages of short pitched coils are they save copper of end connections. Since the length is less, so obviously they save copper of end connections, and they improve the waveform of the generated EMF. They improve the waveform of the generated EMF. And due to elimination of high frequency harmonics, eddy currents and hysteresis losses are also reduced. And efficiency, thereby the efficiency can be improved. So there are some advantages of short pitched coils. So they save copper of end connections, and they improve the waveform of the generated EMF, and due to elimination of high frequency harmonics, eddy current and hysteresis losses are reduced, and efficiency can be improved. Moving on to the next slide, in the continuation of pitch factor and cording factor, the same diagram. So therefore, now the coil span is equal to 5 by 6 of the pole pitch. So that is called 5 by 6 pitch. It falls short by 1 by 6 pole pitch, or 180 degrees by 6, that is equals to 30 degrees. That means for short pitch, actually from 1 to 7, then it is 180 degrees electrical. So how much the angle was short pitched? The downfall of short pitch is given over here, that it falls short by 1 by 6th pole pitch, or 180 degrees by 6 gives us 30 degrees. That means the angle difference between the 6th conductor and the 7th conductor will be 30 degrees. This is a downfall, shortfall. So this 1 to 6 is called a short pitched coil, this dotted line. If you can observe clearly, that is seen in this diagram. So moving on to the next slide, and the continuation of pitch factor and cording factor. Now we can see pitch factor or coil span factor, that is denoted by Kp or Kc. If we call it as pitch factor, then it is Kp, and if we call it as cording factor, then it's Kc. So both are actually same. We can call it as Kp or Kc. That is given by the vector sum of the induced EMFs per coil divided by the arithmetic sum of the induced EMFs per coil. If you observe clearly, the pitch factor or coil span factor is given by vector sum of the induced EMFs per coil by arithmetic sum of the induced EMFs per coil. So this value is, it is always less than unity, that is Kc is less than, this symbol is less than. I'll just make it this is a less than symbol. Kc is less than 1. It is not L. Instead of L, you just make it as less than symbol. This value is, it is always less than unity. Unity means 1. So Kc or Kp is less than 1. I'll just make it again. Kc is less than 1. So there is let ES be the induced EMF in each side of the coil. Let ES be the induced EMF in each side of the coil. If the coil were full pitch, the total induced EMF in the coil would have been 2 ES. When if the coil were full pitch. So we can write the vectors in this way, that EMF vectors for a full pitched coil. You can see in this way. So where ES is called the induced EMF in each side, that is why we denoted as ES. If the coil were full pitched, then the total induced EMF in the coils will be 2Es. So if we just make the vector for full pitched coil, so EMF vectors for a full pitched coil will lies on the same plane, on the same phase. So now here, this is for a short pitched. Previously we have seen for a full pitched coil, and this is for short pitch. The downfall of short pitched is 30 degrees as we have seen previously. So this is EMF vectors for a short pitched coil. This is one ES and the other ES. It is shortfall by 30 degrees electrical. Previously it was 180 degrees. That is why the both are in the same plane. 180 degrees electrical previously, but now this was shortfall by 30 degrees. So this will be the new vector. So you can observe over here that if it is short pitched by 30 degrees electrical as shown in figure, so the E is equals to the new E. This is one ES and this is the other ES. Now the two actual induced EMF E is equals to 2 ES cos of 30 by 2. E is equals to 2 ES cos 30 by 2. So that gives us 2 ES cos 15. Now the pitch factor or recording factor is equal to vector sum by arithmetic sum. So the vector sum is E and the arithmetic sum is 2Es. That gives us 2Es. The value of E is 2Es cos 15 degrees by 2Es. Finally 2Es and 2Es gets cancelled. That becomes cos 50. That is 0.966, or else cos 30 by 2. That is cos 15. That is 0.966. So finally the pitch factor Kc or Kp is equals to 0.966. If the coil span falls short of full pitch by an angle alpha electrical, then Kc is equals to cos alpha by 2. That means we have to a 30 degrees of shortfall, but it may be 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or anything else. So that is why we have considered it if the coil span falls short of pitch by an angle alpha electrical. So that may be any value. We just took 30. That may be 10, 20, 30, some anything else. So therefore the Kc will be cos alpha by 2. Actually we done 30 by 2 and it's 15, so we got 0.966. If it is 30, but it may be any value, so we'll just consider it as alpha. So finally the Kp or Kc is equals to cos alpha by 2. Now let us see a problem. Calculate the pitch factor for the winding of 36 stator slots, 4 poles, coil span 1 to 8. So let us see a problem. We'll see it again. Calculate the pitch factor for the winding of 36 stator slots, 4 poles, coil span 1 to 8. Let us see the solution for it. Firstly, pole pitch is equals to number of slots by number of poles. Pole pitch is equals to number of slots by number of pole. Number of slots are 36 and number of poles are 4. So 36 by 4 is equals to 9. Now the conductor in the slot number 1 is connected to the conductor in the slot number 8. Now the conductor in the slot number 1 is connected to the conductor in the slot number 8, that is called and given over here 1 to 8. But we got the pole pitch as 9. So therefore coil span is equals to 8 minus 1 of 7. నేను ఇప్పుడు వచ్చి so therefore coil span is equals to 8 minus 1 is equals to 7. So here the coil span falls short by 2 slots, as it is full pitched slot is 9. So here the coil span falls short by 2 slots. So therefore that is equals to 2 by 9 into 180 degrees is equals to 40 degrees. So that therefore the coil span falls by an alpha at an angle of 40 degrees. See, therefore alpha is equals to 40 degrees. So now the cording factor or pitch factor Kc or Kp is equals to, we know that cos alpha by 2, that is equals to cos 40 by 2, that is cos 20, that gives us 0.94. See, in any case you can see that this value is less than 1. That is why we mentioned that Kc is always less than unity. So this is about the pitch factor or cording factor. So now we'll move on to the distribution factor or breadth factor. So it is denoted by Kd, K suffix d. Now in this, in each phase, coils are not bunched or concentrated in one slot. In each phase, coils are not bunched or concentrated in one slot. They are distributed in a number of slots to form polar groups under each pole. They are distributed in a number of slots to form polar groups under each pole. So these coils or phase are displaced from each other by certain angle. So in continuation of distribution factor, they differ by an angle equal to angular displacement of the slots. The EMFs induced in coil sides of a polar group are not in phase with each other. To the next slide with the continuation of distribution factor, that let us consider a three-phase single layer winding of a four-pole alternator. Let us consider a three-phase single layer winding of a four-pole alternator. So it has 36 slots, therefore 9 slots per pole. It has 36 slots, therefore 9 slots per pole, therefore 3 slots per phase per pole. Coils in 1, 2 and 3 belongs to R phase. If you just observe clearly over here, it has 36 slots, therefore 9 slots per pole, therefore 3 slots per phase per pole, and coils in 1, 2 and 3 belongs to R phase. This is not bunched in one slot but distributed in 3 different slots. So you can see the observe over here, this is not bunched in one slot but distributed in 3 different slots. Now the angular displacement between any two adjacent slots is equals to 180 degrees by 9, that is equals to 20 degrees electrical. Angular displacement between any two adjacent slots is equals to 180 degrees by 9, that is equals to 20 degrees electrical. Now the distribution factor is given by that if 3 coils were bunched in one slot, the total EMF will be 3 into ES, where ES is EMF in one side of the coil. So where ES is EMF induced in one coil side, already it's given over here. So since the coils are distributed individual EMFs which have phase difference of 20 degrees with each other. So since the coils are distributed, individual EMFs have phase difference of 20 degrees with each other. So E is equals to ES cos 20 degrees plus ES plus ES cos 20. That gives us 2ES cos 20 will be 0.9397 plus ES, that is equals to 2.88 ES. And the distribution factor KD is defined as EMF with distributed winding divided by EMF with concentrated winding. Once again, the distribution factor KD is defined as EMF with distributed winding divided by EMF with concentrated winding. In the continuation, you can see over here that E is equals to ES cos 20 plus ES and ES cos 20. In this case, KD, nothing but distribution factor, is equals to E by 3ES. Already we have seen the value of E, that is equals to 2.88 ES by 3 ES, that gives us ES and ES gets cancelled, and 2.88 by 3 gives us 0.96. The 3 ES is derived from this vector, that all the 3 ES are in single plane. Now the derivation for distribution factor is, let beta be the value of angle displacement between the slots. In previously in pitch factor or chording factor we derived as alpha, and now it is beta. So let beta be the value of angular displacement between the slots. And therefore beta is equals to 180 degrees by number of slots per pole. That is equals to 180 by n, where n is equals to number of slots per pole. And there is also m over here, that m is equals to number of slots per phase per pole. and m into beta is also there, that is equals to phase spread angle. So beta is equals to 180 by n, where n is number of slots per pole and m is number of slots per phase per pole, and m beta is equals to phase spread angle. And resultant voltage induced in one polar group is equals to m into Es. You can see over here for the multiple number of phases that O, let us consider this phase A to B, and at the center we have an angle, and this is Es. So the total angle is beta, and half will be beta by 2, and the total for m number of things we have m into beta, where we have seen already m is number of poles per phase per slot, 1 second, where m is number of slots per phase per pole. So these are the ES values, that A, B, and B to C, C to D, D to E, and so on. So this A to E, that will be the resultant ER. So this is EMF vectors for distributed winding. And now for distribution factor, we will see the value of AB is equal to ES. See here, the value of AB is ES, that is given by 2R sine beta by 2, 2R sine beta by 2, 2R, not 2R, it is ER, I think. 1 second, we'll check. And the arithmetic sum is MES, that is just, we'll just multiply with m into 2R sine beta by 2. So therefore the vector sum is equals to A to E, this is E, A to E, that is equals to ER, that is equals to 2R sine m beta by 2, that is 2R sine m beta by 2. So this will be the arithmetic sum, and this will be the vector sum. So now the distribution factor is given by vector sum of coil EMFs and arithmetic sum of coil EMFs. This is the vector sum and this is the arithmetic sum. We will just divide both these things. Moving on to the next slide. The distribution factor finally, KD is equals to vector sum by arithmetic sum, that is equals to 2R sine m beta by 2 by m into 2R sine beta by 2. And this 2R and 2R gets cancelled. So finally we will be getting sine m beta by 2 by m sine beta by 2, where m is number of slots per phase per pole. So the final value for KD is this. Now we'll move on to a problem. Calculate the distribution factor for a 36 slots 4 pole single layer 3 phase array मिलेगा. So calculate the distribution factor for a 36 slots 4 pole single layer 3 phase winding. So now we'll calculate the distribution factor KD. The solution is, we know that n is equals to number of slots per pole, that is equals to 36 by 4, that gets 9, and beta is 180 degrees by 9, that is equals to 20. What is 9 actually? Full pitch, that is number of slots per pole, that is n. Beta is equals to 180 by n, and where m is equals to number of slots per pole per phase. So that gets in this way, that is m is equals to 36 by 4 into 3, that gives 3. And now the value of KD is equals to sine m beta by 2 by m sine beta by 2. So sine m value is 3, sine m beta value is 20 by 2, and m 3 sine beta by 2, beta is 20. So sine 3 into 20 by 2 by 3 sine 20 by 2. So finally we will be getting 0.96. So this value is also less than 1. So KD is also 0.96, so this is also less than 1. So the summary for today's class is, we have learnt about the definition of Cording factor, advantage of Cording factor, derivation of Cording factor, definition of distribution factor, derivation of distribution factor, and problems on Cording factor and distribution factor. Now let us see a quiz. The winding of a 4-pole alternator having 36 slots and a coil span of 1 to 8 is short pitched by. Short pitched by how many degrees? The winding of a 4-pole alternator having 36 slots or 9, there is full pitch of 9, and a coil span of 1 to 8. Coil span is 1 to 8 is short pitched by how many degrees? So that will be 180 by 9, I think it's 20. No. Coil span of 1 to 8 is short pitched by 180 by 9, 9 2s are 80, I think it's 20. We'll just see. It's 40. It's 40 degrees. We'll see the next question, that in an alternator winding as a fractional pitch of 5 by 6, the coil span is 5 by 6, the coil span will be 30 degrees. Obviously not 30, it's 150. coil span, not the angle. Coil span, yes, actually it's 30, but he is asking us span, not the angle. So 180 minus 30 gets us 150. That will be the span. And short pitched by is 30 degrees. Next one, the ratio of phasor sum of the EMFs in induced in all the coils distributed in a number of slots under one pole to the arithmetic sum of the EMFs induced is known as. Phasor sum by arithmetic sum of the EMFs, that is called distribution factor. That's it. See, distribution factor. So that's it for the 12th class. The frequently asked questions are: derive chording factor, state the advantages of chording factor, state and explain distribution factor, show that Kd is equals to sin m beta by 2 by m sin beta by 2. So that's it. Thank you for this session. Thank you one and all, and I'll share the PPT in share the video in the YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and do like also. Thank you one and all.